Talks with Immaculate and Sarah. Welcome back. I hope you guys have been having a great summer and life is good for you guys. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah, well rested today on Sunday.
Well rested?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So today what we want to do is a Q&A. So basically we have questions in our little love heart. These are questions you can actually ask yourselves, and if you're going on a date, maybe you could ask those questions. They could be good to spice up conversation. If you're trying to spice up a relationship or a friendship, or if you just like deep conversations like me, you can just do that with anyone.
Or you want to find out or start a conversation. Usually it is very hard to start a conversation. So these kind of questions can help you start a conversation, like a good conversation, not like prying on people's lives.
Or if you're nosy, why not? I am.
You know, sometimes nosiness is not a good idea.
Sometimes. Do you want to pick a question? We'll just take turns.
Okay. Oh, this is a long one. If today was your last day on earth, how would you spend your day? Keep in mind, there is no restrictions of time, money, or pandemic.
Wow. Okay. How would you?
Praying for forgiveness.
I'm sinners. I want to pray last minute.
Yeah, it's my last day, so I have to make sure I make peace with
I thought
God.
about the same thing.
Yeah, because I don't know where I'm going. So the best thing is to make peace with God first. And then I will be asking everybody forgiveness. And I will want to spend time with my family, you know, together. Say things I haven't said before and just be peaceful and happy.
Yeah. Well, maybe start telling people things you didn't say yet. Don't wait till your last day.
How would I know? There's no way you'll know your last day anyway.
Well, now you know to say those things. So
Yeah.
my question is, what is the best advice you have ever been given or heard? So I can't remember. I'm sure people have given me good advice, so sorry if I can't remember. But the one I had, there's a channel in Uganda, I think it's called Bump Love or something like that. And one girl said that her mom once told her that always something along this line, live your life in a way that they will remember your name, but then work even harder, that they will know you by your initials. And I remember hearing that her say that, and I was thinking, wow. So I thought that was pretty good advice. But yeah, you may pick another question.
Okay. So, what do you love the most about your home? I love everything, and especially the people in my home. I love my family.
Yeah.
I love my kitchen.
Yeah, we're in our kitchen right now.
Yeah, and I love my bedroom. I like to make it like a hotel room always.
Yeah. She loves her house.
I love my home.
Yeah. So this is, where do you feel the most centered and happy? It's kind of similar to yours. I wouldn't say my home, because my home only has my husband, and he's great, but I think like family home is probably the place I feel most centered and happy. And if I'm sad, I want to come home. If I'm happy, I want to come home. If I'm doing nothing, I want to come home. If I'm working, I want to come home. I always want to come home. So for me, it's not really the house. It's like there's a spirit in our home that is just so loving, and it's you. Like, it's even better, let's say if my husband's here, for example, then I don't have to worry about like, now I have to go home and tell him. I feel like everyone, so if we were all in Uganda with everyone, it would still be the place that centers me.
Yeah, so, family, so it is really family that is your center.
Yeah, for me it's that. Like to the point that I have to learn when I'm upset in my own house, not to just want to come here. And just like learn to be.
You have to learn to make your home as well. Yeah,
because people call me and they're like, how's your, like, are you home? And I'm like, no, I'm in my house. And they're like, what? And it's like, oh yeah, I thought you meant my mom's house. Because now I have to learn. Maybe when I have kids, it will start feeling like, I know it's our home. And I love my home, but it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. I hope this is a simpler one. What do you wish you had more time for? My education.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Because
study.
like I now know, like when you are studying, you don't realize the value of education. But once you come out and then there are things like people start to ask you, and then you start to know what you want as well in life. So if I had known before, I would have studied tuned to what I want. But before I was just studying to get ahead and get a job. But now I know what I want in life. I would have studied towards that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I would like more time with family. Like I would love, like my nephews are really growing on my niece, and I would love. I feel like I've missed so much. So I would love more time with them, and more time with my tata, like my grandma who passed away. I would like more time with my husband because with work and deadlines and family responsibilities, he has to go to his family to help. I have to come here. I just feel like I wish I had more time with every single person, like really nice quality time, like family here and family back home. My favorite moment was when you were sick.
I should get sick again.
I remember you were in hospital
Don't
for like
worry,
a
I'm getting
month.
sick soon.
You're in hospital for a month, and I used to come. Like I think I came every day. I think apart from one day, but it was such quality conversations because you were not going anywhere and you were not on your phone. My mother is like a 16-year-old little girl. She's always on social media, so you didn't have your phone. There was no distractions, and I felt like you were present.
Okay.
And
So I'm not always present.
No.
Yes,
I've been like,
I'm
you're
not
okay.
present.
What is our most common fight with everyone on dinner table? Mommy, put your phone away.
Because I have to check the notifications come.
It doesn't make sense. But I remember that it was such quality time and conversations I even had with strangers as they came to visit you.
Yeah.
I feel like life just stopped and it was important to be there. So, love it mine. Don't worry, try not to be more
You make me
present.
feel guilty now.
It's not guilty. You love what you love. I love what I love.
That's could be worse.
It could be worse. What blessing or blessings have you, like, what blessings has religion brought to your life? Like, I think hope. Like, I am so glad that, like, I have an understanding of Jesus Christ and who Heavenly Father is and the Holy Ghost as being three separate beings. And I'm just so glad for the principles taught in religion. I know sometimes people say, is it even relevant today? And some people are not, like, they don't believe in anything. And that's okay. I really believe in living with difference, that we should learn how to live with difference peacefully. But for me, religion has really given me hope. And it's helped me treat people better than
Differently.
the way probably like the natural me wants to treat them sometimes. That it always helps me see them as children of God first. And even sometimes when I'm hard on myself, it reminds me to see myself as a child of God first. Not, oh, Sarah, patience there again, you go do that. So I think it's given me hope and it's really helped me be a better person. Like, it's almost like therapy, consistent and reminded to do more and to be better.
And to your service to
and to
others.
look at people with their potential and who they could be, not the wrong they're doing every day. So I'm grateful for religion for that.
Okay. What have you had to do to ensure a healthy relationship with friends? Well, I try to be the best friend I can, but I know as well, like, to set a limit. I don't want to be too overbearing in friendship, and when I can, I give time and I meet my friends. We may go just out shopping or window shopping or having like lunch together or just speaking. Like, I love dropping into my friends' houses. All my friends, when I go to their homes unannounced, like, and they just come to the door and kiss me. I like the brightness on their faces. And, oh, my friends, you know, like, that brings happiness to me as well. Like, it shows how much they value me and what my presence there means to them.
Good thing you know those people turn up at your door and you're like, oh, yeah.
Tell her I'm not there.
My husband's aunt told me, I think I told you this before, that if I ever do this at my house, it's not because of that. But she once told me if someone drops into your house and you kind of don't want to, interact with them, you always leave a jacket by the door and put on your shoes. Usually kind of in these homes, usually can see who has come to the door. And then you put on your shoes and you open the door real dramatically, being like, oh, hi, I was actually just on my way out. So they're like,
you have to go there.
if it means getting your keys and you drive around your block to avoid some people.
That's not nice, no.
I
try.
Some
I
people.
can stay a little bit.
Yeah, so I thought that was
And
interesting
yeah.
advice because I'm just like, oh, you're here. But then I get easily like happy to see people, even people I don't want to see.
Yeah.
So usually I'm like, oh, tell
Well,
me about
that's pretense.
But-
Me, I'm
this.
just
No, I
trying.
quickly recover from
But that's
not
not
wanting.
like I'm really like time bad now.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to such and such a place.
Meditation, yeah.
I just say the truth.
No, it's not always. You're saying what I'm doing is bad. You're worse. My mom will be sitting in my house and you're mid conversation and she'll be like, I'm going now. Or you'll be like, she'll drop in and she'll hand you things and you're busy having this conversation outside the car. But you're about to be like, do you not come in? Why are we outside? And she's like, I'm going.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'm brutally honest.
but that's worse. Just saying I'm pretending. I'm just saying I
No,
recover.
but I just have to tell you that it's like the truth. I don't want to pretend, and then my heart is not there.
Yeah, so you do what my husband's aunt said, pick up your jacket and leave the house.
No, but for me, I just say I'm going now. Like I can't stay.
Anyway, but that's at your door.
Yeah.
So
But at the
okay.
other as well, I can't.
Whatever. Okay, what is something you wish for the other person? So something I wish for you. There's so many things I wish for you, but I really, two things I think. I wish I had not necessarily money, but I wish I was well off enough that you could stop working and you could just live anything you want, like live the life that you want, the life that you're dreaming or life that you thought you could never live. I would love for you to just do what you want now than what you're obliged to do. But my big one is I would like you to date. Like I want for you to to meet someone and just be with like a companion, not necessarily to get married. Like
I want to be married. So
okay, or get married, but like companionship, someone you can travel with, someone who is kind to you, someone you can go on dates with, someone who I call and I'm like, hey, do you want to do this? And you're like, oh, I've gone here, I'm flying out here. Like I wish for you now, before you're older, like to have a companion and to have somebody that loves and cares for you, but that you love and care for. And somebody independent, not somebody who has kids, not somebody who wants to be married, not somebody who is broke, not somebody who is emotionally needy and insecure.
How will you
Somebody.
take me on holidays if it's broke?
No, as I said, not somebody broke.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Brokenness
have
is
to
for
be
young life, like okay.
broke. No.
Yeah, that's my wish for you. So get on it. I don't have all day.
Okay, I have to work. Okay.
Maybe I can set you up.
No.
I know that I can be good at it.
I'm used to my independence.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I can
want-
still set you up. And
No.
then you've been independent. I'm not seeing progress. So
I'm happy now. I don't want trouble.
trouble is good sometimes.
Okay, my question is, how have you given hope to your loved ones amid the pandemic? I don't know whether I've given hope to people, but I just try to call. I've been like in touch with most of the people I love, like more frequently than before, now because of the pandemic. And I try to give, especially to make their lives a little bit easier during the lockdowns. I try to send a little money and here and there, buy food, surprise them like when they don't expect.
Yeah.
Then, so that's just to give them hope that there's somebody thinking about you. And I think that's all. I hope they got hope.
I think you've done a lot. Like you are the most generous person with your money to fault. But like you've done so much for people during this epidemic. Like even just sacrificing to go to work when you would have had the option to stay home for
Yeah.
help. Like you've done so much. Like
Yeah, because
you
at
can't
first
even
everybody
measure it.
wanted me to stay home, but I said no, maybe the best is to work
Yeah.
and help those who can't even have
it's
a
probably
choice.
your greatest gift is like unconditional love to people. That like even your clients at work, like you care and love them and you talk about them and you worry about them and you get excited for their birthdays, and even with the pandemic I'll be like, Mom, you're so unwell, you shouldn't go, but you're like, someone has to go for them. So like, but that's with everyone, like, you know. So like, no, you've done a lot. You've given a lot of hope.
Thank you. I hope.
So like, yeah.
I'm glad to hear
You
that.
did good, kid. Cool. So, oh wow, another gospel one. But okay, what gospel?
Thank God the gospel was about.
I'm gonna ask you this: what gospel principle are you most grateful for? These Christians that don't want to talk about the Christian principles.
It's faith Christian. Faith without
Faith
action.
without actions, just not the blessings. I think something I'm grateful for a principle in my faith. In our faith, we believe in something called the plan of salvation or plan of happiness, and basically it answers questions like, where did we come from, what's our purpose here on earth, and where are we going. And I'm grateful for that because like I like knowing that we once lived with God as spirits and we were born to have a body, and it humbles me and makes me want to have kids because I want to give spirits in a pre-act life, you know, a body, and for them to experience this life and choose God for themselves and Jesus Christ. And I also love knowing that after we die, life just doesn't end there, that like we will see our loved ones again. And that gives me so much hope, and I'm grateful that the people we love on earth, we can be with them in the next life, and that death isn't the end of all, that like we will be reunited. And because I believe in Jesus Christ, like I look forward to, you know, meeting them and asking them questions that I really had about unfair things in life and things that have been great. And so I just love that principle that all families can be together forever. And I know some families are not the best, but ideally, like the people that we love, that we can see them again after this life. And especially this year with the epidemic and everything, it's such a great source.
Yeah, it's very comforting as well, because especially when we have lost so many people now, during that hope that one day we'll meet them, it makes me not fear death.
Yeah.
Because before I would be afraid of death. I don't.
Yeah.
I actually think that maybe life is better after death.
Yeah.
You know? Like that gives me hope.
Yeah.
That it's not like what we are doing here on earth is not the end.
Yeah.
So we'll have a better life.
Yeah.
Like depends on how we act on our faith.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
Cool. That is your question.
Okay. What have you loved the most about being a mother? Oh.
Nice coincidence.
I don't know.
Nothing. All the bills, all the debt.
Making the people grow up and shaping future. But I love the fact that I was able to have children. It is such a great blessing, because like when I was young with my heart problems and all, the doctor thought I could never have children.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that God helped me and blessed me with children without any issues, I am really loving that, and I'm so grateful to God for that. Because all my life, as you know, I don't know whether you know, my life is centered around my children. Without my children, I wouldn't be the hard-working mother you see, because I'm very lazy naturally. Yeah, but like when I think of my children, I get out quick. Because I don't want them to suffer. I don't want them to want. I like to make sure that I have a good home for them. Like, my children is the center of my universe.
I think like one time you told me, and this is something I always thought, but one time you told me something and you're really, really emotional, and you say that like there's no earthly required sacrifice that you haven't sacrificed. Like you've given up so much that you want for yourself, for your children. And it was so heartbreaking for me, but like it wasn't surprising because I have seen you've given up love, you've given up.
Yeah, because I worry, like if I bring a man like to my children's life, that's why people say date, mommy, and I say no.
No, now you can date. We're all
no,
responsible.
but like still, I have now to think of my grandchildren. Because
double presents if you have a partner. My kids can get somebody extra gifts.
Yeah, because like if you bring somebody somebody and he messes up your children's life. So that kind of makes me not want to date.
But we want, I don't know about the rest, but we want, speaking for all of you,
Yeah.
but we want this for you. We want, because there is a happiness that we can't give, and I know I secretly try to give that to you, but there is a happiness that like somebody else can like mature. I cannot talk about things like you want to talk about like politics and stuff all day. Or like argue about advocacy stuff. But like that can be given to you by someone who's unless you marry a fool and then they can't talk, then you're finished. But
No,
I want that for you.
Yeah, okay, hopefully.
Yeah.
You never, I might start thinking about it.
Interesting, you should. Okay, wow. I have to ask you this question because you told me yesterday and mine are so shocked, so I'm asking it to you. I can answer it, but we can both answer it. If you had to relive one day or a moment in your life, what would it be and why? Here you go.
But I have two moments,
Yeah.
not one. The two moments in my life I would love to relive every day is walking with you to church on your wedding day. When we came out of the car, that it was my perfect moment.
It's funny because it's my favorite picture. It was like you, my sister, my niece, and my friend were
walking towards the church. That was my perfect moment. And then the other one is me walking my other daughter as well to the altar. That time the world stopped. I was the only one in the universe. You know, that idea that I am actually walking my daughter, and I handed her to her elder brother to hand her over to her husband. Those are moments I want to relive, and I want to see for all my children. If God can give me that, I want to see all my children get married in church. That will be the only thing they can give me, really. I don't care about money, I don't care about houses and all that. But I want them to pick the person they love and walk with them and confirm to the public and God that that's the person I've chosen. That will be my perfect life.
Yeah, it's mad. She literally just told me this and my husband yesterday. We were so shocked that we made it on the moment list. But like for that reason, I'm actually really grateful for my sister because when she got married, and she got married in a Catholic church that could be quite traditional, but she was exactly and extremely sure and was taking no excuse that her mom was going to walk her down the aisle because traditionally it's a male role, and traditionally in religious occasions or just society settings, a man is expected to walk a daughter down the aisle. But I just love that she was not taking any excuses and she was going to have her mom walk her down the aisle. Well, for me at the time, I never thought I would get married or wanted to get married, but I remember thinking, there's no male in my life that I ever want to walk me down the aisle, or neither do I know of any male deserving of such a great honor. So when I got married, it just made sense that like the one human on earth that has given up all earthly possession and once would walk me down the aisle. Like, so I am so grateful that like you did that.
You're becoming too emotional. Okay. My question is, what did you wear the first time you met your partner? How did you feel? You will be shocked. School uniform, no? I used to love mini skirts growing up, not the decent one you see.
Not the decent one, the boy shorts.
I used to, and I really like to so I remember one day I used to love mini skirts, and he used to like me in mini skirts. But then one day I decided to wear a long, I think you used to like that outfit when you grew up. I wore kind of a long dress and then a top, a jacket kind of on top. And we were going out, like our first office together, kind of, our business together. And then a certain man, like it was in Kampala, in Nkrumah, some man was following, but we didn't know I was going to meet
somebody else. I'm sorry, mini skirts, we'll get another one.
No, I'm too old now, grandmother. So, and then he looked at me and said, who's that behind? So I just felt like And you know me, I'll just laugh. And I just looked back because I had pretended that somebody was not following me.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you knew someone was following
I knew someone was following me, and I was wondering, why is he following me? Like, and then he asked me, who's that one? And I just laughed. And I said, you mean he followed you? And he quickly grabbed me and put me in the car like the other man was going to grab me. It was so fun. I felt really good then.
Yeah, it's nice to be one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we forgot even why we were there. He quickly took me and we went for lunch.
Yeah.
And then when we were there, I said, but we were going to see the office. He said, no, it didn't matter then. So that's when I knew that people can be jealous, like, you know, like the way you look. And he never always said, I don't want to see you in that dress. I said, why? No, people start to walk following you, and what about if I'm not there? Yeah.
So, Madame Miniskirt, I remember. Okay. What is the hardest thing you have ever had to do, and how did you cope? The hardest thing I've ever had to do, I think, was breaking up with, at the time, well, I dated my husband and we broke up. That last breakup, we broke up too many times, but that last breakup, poor man has suffered. But the last breakup we had before we fully got together and got married, I was physically in pain for 3 years straight. I was secretly so depressed that in the silence of the night, I knew I was alone. And sometimes my eyes knew I was awake before I did, because I would wake up just crying. I was just so sad. And the reason why is because he's not religious and I am, and I didn't know how that would work. So we broke up for that reason, because I was like, how can I date someone who is not religious? I really am. But I knew I loved him. I didn't know how to do this life with him, and I didn't want to rob him of a life with somebody else who would be less complicated than me, and I wanted that for him. But like for 3 years straight, like I mourned him to the point, like I tell you guys, the day he moved on, I knew, because I was in America and I woke up so sad and I cried for 2 whole days, and I could just feel that he had moved on. Then he came back. Then I woke up and I said, my friend, ask me out. You need me.
Oh, I miss you.
You need me.
I think you needed him more.
He needed
No,
me.
but anyway,
Yeah.
to let the secret, he cried for years.
It's okay, but like I asked him to take me back.
He really cried.
I was like, my friend, ask me out if you think you can marry me one day. He was smart, he did.
He quickly did it.
We don't have to do them all, we can end it.
What do you wish or hope for your children's future? Perfect question. Happiness, love, peace, joy. A bit of money doesn't hurt.
A lot of money doesn't hurt. Don't solve the money.
Which means then,
Well.
Yeah. So I would be happy to see all of you doing well. Not wanting. I don't want like maybe being greedy and wanting too much. But I need you to be comfortable.
Not to want in all things.
Yeah. Like if you want to buy something, you should be able to buy without worrying and kind of squeezing the money like life, or giving up this for this. So that's what I wish for all of you.
It's really nice. Okay. Do you like your life so far? I'm really happy. Like I really like my life so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Where do you go when you are stressed or feeling down?
Shower in bed.
I think work.
When you're supposed to go to work.
Yeah, because then I forget.
Makes sense.
Because if I stay home, I will be worrying and depressed and all that. But when I work, as soon as I drive off to work, I forget everything else and concentrate on my work.
It's sad, but I think I do the same thing.
Yeah.
What random act of kindness has brought you hope? Oh, there's so many, but I think the one I always remember when I was a Christian missionary, we came back home twice. We came back home. That's so many. You guys have been so kind to me. But I always remember this. We came home. I was in Park City, Utah, and it's freezing. You people, you have snow for way too long. But I remember in Park City, we came home and our neighbor had hung a jacket, like a snow jacket for me at the door. And I just love things I didn't ask for. I like gifts when I didn't ask. And the other one, there was a Tongan family, and we in Salt Lake, and we came home, and Dad left two sets of boots for me and my companion, because they knew the boots that we had bought were not going to last us the winter. So they bought us snow boots, and like I am just so grateful. Like the people in Utah, you are amazing. Like they really were the definition of Christ-like humans, like to me. But there have been so many random acts of service, like that I can't. But I always think about that.
Okay. If you had to lose any of your senses, which
one?
Which one would it be?
And what?
If you had to lose one of your senses,
Yeah, one of your five senses.
5 senses.
The 5 or 6 now, I don't know.
I don't know 5, but yeah. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one would it be?
That's tricky because you work with.
I work with people who are deaf and blind, and some with intellectual disability as well. So I know how hard it is to lose something. Like probably I would prefer.
So sight, hearing, smell, and taste. What's it, and touch? I don't feel.
That feel. And maybe smell.
But if you lose smell, you lose taste as well.
I don't mind.
Yeah, food.
Yeah, but I prefer to see and hear and talk. You know, and be able to sense things, like feel things, because I have seen and in my work, like living without eyesight and hearing, and it's
You're left vulnerable for
yeah, it is very like you depend on others too much. So I would rather lose the smell.
Okay, 4 more questions to go. It's interesting. What is the hard? Okay, I think I put it back in there. Sorry. Oh, what is your greatest talent or gift? Talking.
Both of us.
Yay!
I think we
talk.
are
Yeah, we can talk.
we can talk for Uganda.
Exactly.
And Ireland.
But I'm glad because it helped me be confident. Like if I'm stressed, like if I go to a new environment and I'm like really nervous, I just go talk to people. Like if I'm down, I talk to people. Like
Same to me.
yeah, so that's the like law.
I easily get along with people because I talk a lot.
And I can talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
If not, I'll ask you questions.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most in the future?
We can end on that. That was the
No.
next question.
I'm looking forward to my mansion.
Your mansion.
Yeah.
On earth.
on earth, and all my grandchildren coming over and sleeping there because I've planned all this.
Oh.
Their rooms are very next to mine. And the bathroom and the reading room and everything next to mine. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Praise God.
All the grandchildren I meet, even those who haven't had children, should come quickly.
It leads me to mine. What am I looking forward to the most? I'm going on my honeymoon in 2 days. Oh, 2 years waiting. I am so excited.
We thank God for the lockdown.
Thank God for the lockdown. We survived the lockdown in March. So now we can go to Santorini, Greece. So I can't wait for that. But I can't wait for the next chapter in my life. Like, cause hopefully, like I will be blessed with the opportunity to have kids. Because that's something now I'm envisioning. So like I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to all the grandchildren in their grandmother's house.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to adding to that.
Yeah.
So well, thank you so much for being here with us today on my talks with Immaculate and Sarah. I hope these are questions that you can share with your loved ones. It will bring up things, memories, or you'll help you get to know each other.
And we'll see you next time we are off to the holidays now.
She's coming into my honeymoon. No, she's not.
I have to be in the next hotel.
The next one, just in case things go no
In
one.
case things don't work out.
No. Yeah, I won't go there. But no, so sorry.
What kind of mother is that one?
There's some crazy mothers out there.
My
But
word.
yeah, please subscribe, like, comment, share this with a friend, and we shall see you next time in our video. The notification is to help you know when one of these videos come out. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Bye.